Laura. Welcome back to my channel. Keyveatz is back with OXY. I'm so excited to see what this is all about. But before we do, don't forget if you want this song or any of your favorites to end up on our Fandom Favorite Top 30 chart, check that out in the description box down below. Without further ado, let's get started. Ooh. I like its like modified brass sound almost. That bass is so funky. Ooh, I like that change up. Oh. Ooh. That's so funky. I love it. This chorus is so nice. Oh, I like that. Woo. This was so fun. I love too that they did a full rain scene at the end. I always think it's such a good and fun vibe, especially like the way this beat was going. So incredibly interesting. And I believe this is like their official debut now, right? Is that correct? You guys have to correct me if I'm wrong, because I thought it was before, but I think those were pre-releases. So you guys have to tell me and clarify for me. This was so incredibly good. The entire time the bass was going crazy. And I love how with the electronic sounds, they were really modified and changed up several different times. So like nothing was ever static. It was always moving forward. It was always something new and interesting, and I really enjoyed that aspect. And I'm not a huge rap fan in general, so I was wondering like what kind of sound they were going to come with after the other songs that they had released. So I really loved this though. I think it was a great like change from the pre-release. So again, it was just so incredibly funky. I love like in the pre-chorus, it has this kind of like longer underneath feeling. Like the way that the bass changes, it became a little more chordal. There was still movement, but there was a definite big change. In the chorus, I love how they did the group sing of the whoa-oh-AO part. I think that was a really smart idea, because then you have something that you can sing along to very easily, get a crowd really hype and into. So that was smart. I also love how in each one of those, it was a different electronic beat that was going on in each of those. So in the first one, like it was kind of like a modified bass sound, really funky, really interesting. When we go to the pre-chorus, it has, like I said, that longer kind of feeling in it. And then when you get into the chorus, it had like this almost like higher pitched kind of feel to the electronic beat, which was completely different from what we had heard, but somehow it all works together. And so that's what I really loved. When we get to verse 2, I loved how it it kept that intensity through the entire song, but it did dial back within the verse and pre-chorus before we bring it up. So I think that's really, really smart. And one of the lyrics that stood out to me in this verse was, "Look at us, always awake," basically talking about like, you know, through everything, we're like gonna keep grinding, we're gonna keep moving forward. And in the second pre-chorus, it just increased in intensity. Like I said, it has that kind of changed, modified electronic sound underneath, but it just like kept growing in intensity and growing and growing. And that's why when we get into the bridge, you know, after the chorus, it was just building in texture, and it was so interesting to listen to. And I love, like I said, at the chorus aspect, at the end of the chorus, it has this kind of like, I don't know how to describe it other than like at the end of the chorus, it has this kind of freeze change up kind of part, which I think is really interesting throughout this entire song. So overall, really, really fun. I really, really enjoyed this particular song. Like I said, that electronic beat underneath, and then the girls like just, it was like they were just coasting through. Like they were just enjoying it so much. Like they were just having so much fun. And you could just like see like this hunger and this vibe that they have with them that was just like, this is just great. Like it was just like so much fun and enjoyable to watch. I really, really loved it. So tell me what you guys thought about this. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What was your favorite part of the song or the music video? Like I said, for me, that underlying electronic part, really interesting. I love the whoa OAO part, and of course, the rain. Paid actor, that rain, absolutely loved it. So tell me your thoughts down below. Don't forget, if you want this song or any of your favorites to end up on our Fandom Favorite Top 30 chart, check that out in the description box, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.